Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Haxenhunt. On today's video, we are going to be reviewing 3 different types of fletching styles that I have used throughout the years of bow hunting. We've got a 3 fletch, we've got a 4 fletch, and we've got a 3 fletch staggered fletch. So we're going to go over the pros and cons of all 3 of these fletching configurations and styles. So if you guys want to see the pros and cons of these, then go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so first up, what we're going to talk about is going to be just the traditional 3 fletch with the blazer vanes fletching style. A lot of people shoot these, very successful. They are a great shooting, straight flying, fletching configuration. This one here is, there's no helical at all. There's a little tiny bit of a right offset, just slight, but that's all on this arrow. I shot this arrow, I think it was like 3 years ago when I shot this style with this Gold Tip Hunter XT arrow, and I had a lot of great success with this. The only thing I don't really like about having the blazer vanes is I feel like they stick out quite a bit. I don't know, they're just kind of a taller and shorter vane, and I just was curious in having something different. So after shooting this, I actually went over to this 3 fletch. This is actually my wife's arrow, but I had the exact same setup. I just couldn't find one of my old arrows. So it is, I can't remember the name of these fletching, it's a little bit of a stiffer fletching. So they were a little bit more durable than those blazer fletchings. But so I'll go ahead and show you what and why this configuration works and why it was first created, so to say. So at full draw, you know, that nock of the arrow is basically tucked right there in the corner of your mouth. And having a fletching, I'll show you guys, having a fletching here with 1/2 inch or so off of the end of that arrow, if that, let's see if I can show you, if that is the case right there, that fletching is going to come in contact with your lip, which then is going to create more facial pressure than needed on the arrow, on the string, and it's going to cause different issues that you're going to run into. So what actually happened was the bow shop guy here in St. George at TNT Archery, Terry, he was like, okay, I like my fletching here, but I need to be able to have room so that way I'm not touching my fletching and I can get a good anchoring point. So then he dropped one, then he's like, let's just do one short, medium, and long distance away from the nock. It's creating a little bit more stability down the arrow of the shaft, almost as if you're having a longer fletching on it, which then in return allows it a little bit of a better steering throughout your shot process with a broadhead or whatever. I shot this for 2 years, really enjoyed it actually. Never had any issues with it. I had a ton of people like, what the heck is going on with your fletchings? Why are your fletchings all at different levels? So this is kind of the reason I'm kind of going on to this video, just to kind of tell you guys exactly why. So it's to get that fletching away from your lip and your anchoring point, but also to give that extra stability down the shaft. That's a very straight flying arrow. I know it's kind of a goofy looking fletching job, but it worked extremely well. So then from there, I actually went to fletching my own arrows and ended up fletching a 4 fletch with the AAE Max It's a Stealth Max vane, so it's a little bit of a lower profile, but a little bit of a longer length to it. And they are a little bit more of a flimsy than that last arrow I just showed you of a fletching. But reasoning why I went to a 4-fletch was out of pure curiosity, trying to decide, is it worth having that extra fletching on the back end or whatever? I don't know. Is it gonna really steer more? And the first initial thing that I really noticed was with having these 4-fletch was it was probably like half as noisy as my 3-fletch. It was so much more quiet. Every time I'd shoot, it'd be like, what in the world? I'd shoot back to my 3-fletch and I'd be like, holy crap, like it really did make a noise difference. And for me, that's a really big factor, you know, shooting an animal beyond 40, 50 yards, they are gonna hear that arrow mid-flight. It's just, I mean, animals are animals. They have way better ears and senses than us humans, and any more quiet than you can possibly get, the better, obviously. So that's why I'm currently still shooting this 4-fletch right here. This one is a mess. So right here, this is a 4-fletch that actually shot my deer this year, and I had on the end of it right here was an expandable Rage Tri-Pan, and that thing flew so good, so straight, just dead. It had a great steering ability with that broadhead on the front, kind of a low profile, small, expandable broadhead. Obviously when it's enclosed, it's going to be shooting like a regular field tip. So this is actually mounted with a slight left helical. My bow naturally shoots my arrows turning left, so I went ahead and got a left helical fletching jig, so that way I can keep that momentum that it's naturally throwing and then only magnify that left turn. So far out of these three fletchings, I'm gonna say the 4-fletch is my absolute favorite. Obviously all of them are gonna work. All of them are gonna do exactly what you want them to do. But personally, I just like the 4-fletch, and I'm a very symmetrical guy. So having 2 up against my riser and having 2 on the outside is, I don't know, something I'm just weird. But so that's kind of how I feel about a 3-fletch versus a 4-fletch. I feel like it's way quieter and steers a little bit better. My groups got a lot tighter with the 4-fletch than these 3-fletches. But I would recommend 3-fletch if you're, you know, wanting a 3-fletch. I would recommend going with a staggered 3-fletch over a typical regular 3-fletch with them all lined up. You can give it a shot, just try it. It's kind of an experiment thing, like take a regular 3-fletch and put it up against a staggered 3-fletch and see if it really makes a difference for you. And if it does, then like there's your answer. It's a better shooting. Or if you get worse results shooting out of your bow, then obviously don't do it. I'm not going to tell you to do something that doesn't work for you. If a 3-fletch shoots better out of your bow than a 4-fletch, do a 3-fletch, like obviously. But I'm just letting you guys know my opinion on my personal 4-fletch. I absolutely love it. And I'm always looking for, you know, more ideas and different styles of fletching, and I do a bunch of random things all the time. Like, for instance, here's another random one. It's a 6-fletch, but you have a 3-fletch and a 3-fletch further down the shaft, and they're all kind of staggered that way. It turns into a regular 6-fletch, and I was really curious, not for stability wise, but I was curious just to see how much slower it would shoot. I didn't shoot it through a chronograph or anything, but I was doing it to act like a flu arrow or whatever for shooting rabbits or whatever. And it definitely shot weird because it's 6 fletchings in the back. So every time I'd shoot, it would just like way more weight, and then it would, you know, correct itself right before it hit the target. But I'm just always looking to have some fun with fletchings. But anyway, guys, sorry, just going on rants. But my choice today is the 4-fletch with the AAE. I want to try some tack vanes. I've heard a lot of good things about those. I'm more than willing to try any configuration, any vein to find out what the best is. But just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is going to wrap up the video. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Just kind of basically like videos, something versus something. I typically do a bow versus another bow. So if you guys want to see anything versus anything, put it in the comments down below so that way I can put it on my list. I have a massive master sheet of so many different video ideas because putting 3 videos up a week takes a lot of content. Anyway guys, thank you. Thank you so much. I will see you guys again. Hopefully, if you subscribe. If not, oh well, I don't care. Whatever. Just trying to grow my YouTube. Just kidding. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time and have a good rest of you guys' day. Peace out. One, two, three. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Now that's crap. Edit and upload that while I go watch The Bachelor. Wait, did I say that on camera? Oops.